it's Shahar again, and I was supposed to do a video with my mom for my second video this week, but I think we're going to do that next week instead. So this video is going to be one of my this or that videos. I'm going to do the old Charmed, the one that started in 1990, 1998, no, yeah, 1998 when it started. And then the new Charmed, which just came out, what, last year? Something like that. So, I'm going to say a little bit about each Charm, and then I'm going to tell you which one's my favorite. And then in the comments you can tell me which one's your favorite, if you have a favorite. You might like them equally, maybe you don't really like Charm, and then if you don't like Charm, you're probably not watching this video, are you? So, the original Charmed, started out with Prue, Piper, and Phoebe. Prue was the oldest, and had a pride issue. Even got into a whole episode about that one in season 3. With the 7 sins, she got pride. I was never a big fan of Prue. Or Paige. But I'll get to Paige later. Piper's the middle, my favorite. I love Piper. She was always the level-headed one. At first 3 seasons, Prue was the strongest, but Piper was like the heart of it. Even her mom says so when on Piper's wedding day in season 3. She was the heart of the group. She keeps them together. You know, Prue and Phoebe, they constantly butt heads, especially at the beginning. They constantly fight. So Piper kind of has to mediate between them. But then at the end of season 3, Prue dies, and Piper freaks out. When she finally calms down, Phoebe gets a chance to break down. And then they meet Paige, who turns out to be their half-sister. I don't really like Paige either. She just... It's hard to explain, but I just don't like her or Prue. Phoebe was always my second favorite after Piper. But, Paige does get more tolerable in, like, seasons 7 and 8. Maybe a little in season 6, I don't know. But definitely, the first couple seasons she's on, just, no. She's just, no. But then there's Leo the Wildlighter, who marries Piper. There's Daryl, who wasn't in season 8, sadly, because of budget cuts, which is why season 8 wasn't as good. They added Billy, who I did not like. But I loved Daryl. I loved Chris, who was only in season 6, and the end of season 5, who's on the Goddess, part 1 and 2, which was the last 2 episodes of season 5. Who else do I love? Andy, who died at the end of season 1. He has known these sisters, all 3 of them, since forever. They showed a flashback once. They actually then went to the past once in season 1. And then it showed them as kids, back when Phoebe was still in Patty, the mom's, stomach. And she hadn't even known she was pregnant yet. And then Prue and Piper were playing, and it showed Andy playing with them. So he's known them for a long time. And he used to date Prue, and then when the show started, they started dating again. And he ended up finding out that they're witches and started helping them. But then he died while helping them. Because he would always want to help Prue and Piper and Phoebe. You know, they're like sisters. He even mentioned that on the Wendigo when Piper was injured. He was like, he told a detective who turned out to be the bad guy that Piper was like sister to him. Or no. No, he didn't say that to her. He said that when he had called Prue and Phoebe to go to the hospital, and they thanked him, and he was like, of course, she's like sister to me too. That's when she said it. I want to rewatch that episode now. I like that episode. Okay. But what was I gonna say? Yeah. I also love Cole, who was in seasons 3, 4, and 5, and 1 episode of season 7. He came back. Only Piper saw him in that episode though, because he came back as like a spirit or something. He was like stuck on a plane and he couldn't go up or down, and Piper ended up getting stuck on that plane too because she almost dies. Man, these people almost die all the time, or they do die and come back. I think the only one who didn't come back was Prue. Well, she did come back twice. I think she died 3 times and came back to 2 of them. I don't know. I know she definitely died once. I'm thinking she died a second time before her final death. I don't know. You can look up all that on my Charmed Deaths video, which I already made. What was I gonna say? Oh no. Okay. So Cole was dating Phoebe. He was half demon, and then they broke up because of it. But she couldn't kill him, so she let him go. Then he came back. They got together. Then they broke up because she thought he turned evil again. Turns out it was just a mistake or something. Then I don't like that episode. Then they got back together. For most of season 4, and then they got married. He got pregnant. Then he became sores, and they had to kill him, which was the saddest death out of all of his deaths. Well, he only had 2 deaths really. I mean, Piper and Prue did think, and Leo did think he was dead that one time, but she ended up letting him go. So technically, he only died twice. But that death is lost at her because they were married, and she still loved him, and she had to vanquish him, her husband. It was just sad. And then he came back, and they never got back together after that, even though he tried. But yeah. I also love Henry. He was only in the last season, which sucks because he should have been in more. I loved him. He ended up marrying Paige. Then I also love Cooper, who was also only in the last season, who ended up marrying Phoebe. So yeah, those are all the characters I love, I guess. Yeah. And the new charm. My favorite character is Maggie, who's the youngest. Macy is kind of a combination between Prue and Paige. She's the oldest, but she was adopted by another family. On the very first episode, it showed her trying to find her birth mom or sisters, and so she's used to doing everything alone like Paige, but she also has that pride being like Prue. So you can tell I'm not a big fan of her. Where I'm at, I think I'm all caught up. It took a while to be able to finish it because I don't know. I just have issues with this charm. But they're on season 2 right now. But Macy and Harry have feelings for each other, but they're still having problems admitting it. Harry is their white lighter. Okay, and then there's Mel, who's second, who, in a way, is kind of has that pride issue with Prue too, because until Macy came, she thought she was the oldest, you know. So she has that pride thing too. Maggie is a lot like Phoebe was at the beginning of Charm. Phoebe ended up changing a lot. Like when Paige came, at the beginning she had to be a mediator between Piper and Paige, but after season 4, she didn't really have to do that anymore because Piper and Paige got along. She understood how Piper felt. But Phoebe changed a lot after Prue died. You know, she had to grow up, be the middle sister, Maggie is the youngest. She's younger than Phoebe was at the beginning of Charm because Phoebe was already out of college, even though she did end up going back to college in season 2. Maggie was like just starting college or something like that. In their second year of college, something like that. But the person who plays Maggie plays Audrey in Descendants. And I like her. But I don't know. I mean, there's Parker, who I liked, but he was half demon like Cole and loved Maggie like Cole loved Phoebe, and tried to but he couldn't fight his demon side like Cole. And then he my train of thought again. Crap. He ended up becoming the ruler of the underworld like Cole. And then they thought they vanquished him, or they thought his sister killed him. Because unlike Cole, he actually does have siblings. He has a brother, sister, and it shows his dad. With Cole, it never shows his parents. You find out that was the human one, and his mom was the demon. On here, Parker's dad was the demon, and he was on Reign as Lord Narcisse. If any of you watch Reign, he played in Lord Narcisse. But then he had a brother and a sister, and they thought they killed him, which made Parker all sad. Maggie all sad, obviously. But then turns out the sister is now the ruler of the world, and she's kidnapped Parker. So Maggie thinks he's dead, but she's not. But he's not. And at the end of season 1 or something, or beginning of season 2, they had to pretend like they're dead, like from the world, which is like what they did at the end of season 7 of the original. So this is the one I like better. That drum thingy revolver. Man, okay, I can drum solo. That's what. The original. Very few times is the remake better than the original. I actually like Girl Meets World more than Boy Meets World, but I haven't actually finished Boy Meets World. I should probably do that. And I like Fuller House better than Full House. I haven't finished Full House either, which I should probably do. But oh well. But other than those two shows, I'm pretty sure every show I like the original better. I like Roseanne more than Connors. I'm having trouble finishing that like I did with the new Charm. It's just not as good as the original, you know. I like let me think. It's like everything they do on the new Charm is a remake of something they did on the old Charm, like pretending to die so the world thought they were dead. They did it on the original Charm, they just did it differently here. And then with the whole Maggie Parker situation, it's so similar to the whole Phoebe Cole situation. I'm pretty sure in season 1 they even fought a succubus on the new Charm. And in season 2 of the original Charm they fought a succubus. I think the demon was a little bit different, but same name, same thing. One thing they did different with Parker is that when Cole was a demon, he actually before it became Taurus or whatever, he actually transformed into a demon. Like he had red skin with black things all over him. Parker just had powers. He was always looked human, you know. Yeah, I like the original Charm better because it is better. I mean, in my opinion, if you like the new Charm better, some people from this generation might like the new Charm better because it's from their generation. But I've always been one of the people who liked shows my mom grew up on. Well, she didn't really grow up on Charm, but it was made before I was born. So I'll say that. I've always liked shows made before I was born. I mean, I like Roseanne, which is I think 1990s or 1980s. And I think it's the 1980s. And I like Walker, 1990s. X Alive, I don't not even know when that was made, but it was old. See that 70s show, 1990s. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which was the 1990s. What else do I like? I know I like older shows and some older movies. I like the New Kids, which is really old. It had the girl who plays Rebecca on Full House as a teenager. Secret Admirer wasn't that bad either. It was okay movie, kind of funny. Which also had her as a teenager. But the New Kids was awesome. What else do I like? I like The Lost Boys, but I've not seen it forever. It's an older movie. What other shows do I like that's older? I don't know. I know there's more. Brady Bunch. But anyways, yeah. So I like a lot of older things. I have been told several times by several different people that I have an old soul. So, yeah. So the old charm is better, and the new charm, I like Maggie, and I like Parker, and I like them, but that's about it. I mean, it takes a lot of energy to get me to catch up on that show. Just like it's gonna take me a lot of energy to catch up on the Connors. Or I could just say, nah, I don't want to. I might do that with Charmed soon too. Be like, nah, I don't want to. The only reason why I was finally able to catch up on Charmed is because of when Parker gets on there. He's back, comes back, and I wanted to see him. So I found out a little about what happens on the Connors from what my mom told me, and it just makes me not want to watch it even more. I mean, a little what she made me want to watch it a little bit, but some what she told me makes me not want to watch it at all. I don't know. So yeah. So I guess that's it for this video. Please like and subscribe and comment which Charmed you think is the better Charmed. Until next time.